So I just came across this twake-drive, and it's pretty amazing how it integrates so many features for developers.
Right? It's like they took everything a developer needs and bundled it into one platform. Super convenient.
Exactly, and the way it lets you clone the repo and run everything with Docker, that's a game changer.
Totally, but I'm curious about the setup process. Doesn't that seem a bit daunting for beginners?
Yeah, I get that, but think of it this way. Once you get past the initial setup, the workflow can be so smooth.
That's true. And I think using Docker simplifies a lot of the compatibility issues that might arise.
Right, plus the application runs on port 3000, which is like a standard for many apps. Nice touch.
Speaking of standards, have you noticed they're using MongoDB as their database? That's a solid choice.
For sure, but I wonder how they handle scaling with MongoDB. It's great for smaller projects, but can get tricky.
Good point. The evidence for MongoDB's performance at scale is mixed. They might need to optimize that.
And what about Node.js? It's interesting they recommend a specific version. Any reason for that?
I think it's about maintaining compatibility. Older versions might not support newer features, which could cause headaches.
That makes sense, but it's also a gamble. What if developers are stuck on an older version for some reason?
Exactly. It could create a barrier. I wonder how they address that in their documentation.
Speaking of documentation, the way they outline the setup steps is really clear. That's a huge plus.
Totally. But I still think a video tutorial would make it even more accessible for visual learners.
Great idea. Pairing text with visuals could really enhance understanding, especially for that Docker setup.
Right? And then there's the whole GitHub integration. That's a huge benefit for collaboration.
Absolutely. It's like they're tapping into this existing ecosystem, which makes it even more appealing.
But does that mean it's more vulnerable to GitHub's downtime? That's a potential risk.
Good catch. It raises questions about dependency on third-party platforms. What if GitHub goes down?
That's something to consider. I wonder if they have any backup systems in place.
Me too, and what about their licensing? The Affero GPL v3 can be tricky for some companies.
For sure, it requires sharing modifications, which could deter some businesses that want to keep things private.
But on the flip side, that openness promotes innovation, right? So it's a double-edged sword.
Exactly. It's a tightrope walk between collaboration and commercial interests.
And I'm curious about their target audience. Are they aiming more at startups or larger enterprises?
I think it's a mix. The features cater to both, but some enterprises might hesitate due to that GPL license.
That's a fair point, but startups might thrive in that open environment, especially with limited resources.
True, it makes me think about how these tools can shape the future of software development.
Totally, it's like we're on the brink of a new wave of tools that prioritize collaboration and ease of use.
But hold on, does that mean we might see a decline in traditional development practices?
Good question. I think it will evolve rather than disappear, though. Some practices are too entrenched to go away.
Agreed. It'll be interesting to see how these new tools integrate with existing practices moving forward.
For sure, and I bet as more developers adopt such tools, the demand for ongoing education will increase.
Absolutely. It's never been more important for devs to stay updated and adaptable, given how quickly things change.
So if twake-drive can keep up with these changes, it could really be a game changer in the long run.
Exactly. But they need to remain flexible to adapt to user feedback and industry shifts.
Right? It's all about balancing innovation with user needs. I'm excited to see where they go.
Me too. This whole discussion has made me think about the future of collaboration tools.
And what they could mean for how we work as a society, exciting times ahead.
Definitely. Let's keep an eye on twake-drive and other similar tools in the coming months.
Absolutely, who knows what new features they might roll out next.
Right? It's a thrilling time to be in tech. I can't wait to see where it all leads.